President Zuma is scheduled to visit Qumbu, and the United States welcomes the 15-year jail term on a former Rwandan mayor. Good morning. President Jacob Zuma is scheduled to visit Qumbu in the Eastern Cape today to monitor progress on the rollout of one of the country's ambitious rural development initiatives. President Zuma is the chairperson of the Safm10am Rural Development Initiative, which has been rolled out across the country. The objective of this initiative is to equip communities in rural areas to become self-reliant, especially in agriculture. The project, which started in Nkandla and Ishowe in rural KwaZulu-Natal, is also aimed at creating job opportunities for poor and vulnerable communities. SABC presidential correspondent Safm10am has the story.
President Zuma will pay a visit to rural communities of Qumbu, which is part of the Mhlonhlo local municipality. The majority of the people here live in low-density settlements characterized by high levels of poverty and underdevelopment. The Safm10am Rural Development Initiative is one of the major job creation programs necessary to decrease the high dependency ratios. Advantages enjoyed by Mhlonhlo local municipality include the availability of arable land, coupled with a favorable climate, indigenous forests and plantations, and existing agricultural infrastructure with the potential to develop major irrigation schemes. Safm10am, SABC Radio News in Qumbu, Eastern Cape Province.
South African motorists are set to get some relief in December. NKC independent economist senior analyst Christy Viljoen says he expects a substantial cut in the petrol price. However, all grades of diesel and paraffin are set to rise. Viljoen says the cut in the price of petrol will give hard-pressed consumers some relief ahead of the festive season.
At this stage, the expectations point at petrol costing a little bit less in December. We're looking at a price decline of about 20 to 25 cents. On the other hand, diesel is expected to cost a bit more. We're looking at a figure of, so let's say, 30 to 40 cents. Unfortunately, we've seen a shortage of exports from especially Russia and Asia, which have increased the international price for diesel.
A construction worker is in a critical condition in the East Rand Hospital after he was electrocuted at a site in Kempton Park on Gauteng's East Rand. Netcare 911 spokesperson Jeff Wicks says the man sustained serious burn wounds to his face.
A construction worker was electrocuted whilst working with electrical wires at a site on Pretoria Road in Kempton Park. It is thought that the man used cutting equipment to cut through the wires, which he thought had been turned off. However, one live wire remained and sent an arc through his body. He sustained severe facial burns and was in a critical condition. He was treated and stabilized at the scene by paramedics and transported by ambulance to a nearby medical facility for further urgent care.
The city of Cape Town has issued a warning of gale force winds and temperatures which are expected to soar up to 34 degrees. The conditions are favorable for runaway fires. The disaster risk management spokesperson Wilfred Solomons Johannes says the winds are expected in places between Cape Point and Cape Agulhas.
The city's disaster risk management centre appeals to residents to drink enough water and to stay in cool places, also to cover their heads and not to throw out cigarette butts out of motor vehicle windows that can lead to runaway fires. The general public is also urged to make fires or to brine only in designated areas in the city.
Further afield, the United States has welcomed the 15-year jail term for genocide imposed on a Rwandan former mayor implicated in the massacre of nearly 2,000 people sheltering in a church. The International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda ruled on Thursday that Gregory Ndahimana, mayor of the Kivumu district during the 1994 genocide, helped fuel the killings with his presence outside the Catholic Church at Nyanje. Ndahimana is the third person that the tribunal has convicted for the killings at Nyanje. And in news abroad, police in Los Angeles are beginning a new inquiry into the death of Natalie Wood, the Hollywood star who drowned off the coast of California 30 years ago. They say the decision to reopen the case is based on new information, but have given few details. However, police have confirmed that Wood's husband, the actor Robert Wagner, is not a suspect. This despite allegations made by the captain of the yacht.